Hey everyone, we're back. Joe and Mike here from buildassetsonline.com coming at you with another Kindle publishing episode. We are going to talk about how to pick a niche in Kindle publishing. Mike and I have been doing Kindle publishing for many, many years now. It's been a long time staple of our online business portfolio. However, Mike does handle the niche picking, so I am going to hand the mic over to Mike and tell us about it.
Well,
How do you pick a niche?
well, let's not downplay it, Joe. You've also picked some niches yourself,
I have. I
and
have.
we both had separate success.
No,
But yeah,
definitely.
I have taken the reins on Kindle, and you know, when it comes to picking a niche, it's actually picking a niche. Online business, it's all about a niche, a niche, a niche, a niche. Whether it's blogging, it's drop shipping, FBA, whatever. Amazon Kindle is the easiest when it comes to picking a niche because there's no secret to it. You actually want to pick a niche that like is glaring and extremely popular, and it really kind of touches upon the key differences between everything else and Kindle publishing. And that's because the readers are just so voracious. They want to consume content above all else. And with Amazon, you don't have to focus on ranking necessarily. You just have to get the content that readers want to the readers, and that's what Amazon does. So, long story short, with Kindle, you only have a handful of niches. So if you go in the marketplace, if you go on Kindle, and you look at the top 100, you're going to see things like billionaire romance. You're going to see things like paranormal romance. You're going to see things like shifter romance, sports romance, science fiction, things like that. I've just named five. You can do any of those and be extremely successful. I know people that do a number of these, and it works for them. It's not going to get oversaturated because that's just how the marketplace works. People want content, and you build up your own sort of readership through just building a list. You can do that through one of the many platforms that they have now, kind of like Insta Freebie, and I don't think it's called it, Book Funnel. There's a number of different ones where you can build a list for your particular niche, and now when you put a book on Kindle, you send your readers to it. You send other readers through swaps with other authors, and now you're pumping your place in the algorithm, and people will find you organically on Amazon in that niche. But it's important you pick something that people actually want. Back in the day, when Joe and I used to do Kindle separately, another one of my friends used to do Kindle, and he was famous for not being good at picking a niche
Yeah.
because there's ways to do things that make sense. For example, he tried to. So we make romance books, and for the reasons I've said, it's a voracious market. People, it's just one of the most popular things on Kindle. And so he made a lesbian romance book, and he combined it with the theme of like Christian romance. So those are two separate things. There's two separate things. There's Christian romance, like clean romance, very popular. You can do that. And there's also lesbian romance, very popular. You can do that. He took the two together, and he did like a lesbian nun romance, and it's safe to say it sold virtually no copies.
You really got to be thinking about
Uh,
your audience here.
yeah, it's not about like, I don't know. I think, as funny as it is, and some of the things that we've come up with are definitely really funny. Um, you do have to really get in the reader's head
Yeah.
and just come up with things that make sense,
Yeah.
because there's niches and there's themes. So a niche, for example, I said billionaire earlier. You can just do billionaire romance and be very successful. But within that, you can add in other sorts of themes. So you can do a billionaire romance and there's a pregnancy involved, because readers, for some reason, they like certain themes. For example, if there's like a secret baby involved, if there's older man, younger woman, or younger, older man. I'm not thinking of all the ones right now, but you get the idea. There's different like sorts of elements that you can plug in inside of a book that make it more popular, because now you can advertise it not just as a billionaire romance, you can advertise it as a secret baby romance, and people actually search secret baby romance. They search, older man, younger woman. They search a slew of things. And so when you kind of stack things together in a way that makes sense, not just Christian lesbian romance, you can kind of tap into multiple markets.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that if you're going to be publishing in Kindle and you're going to be doing fiction, you should have your finger on the pulse of what's popular in like current day stuff. Like there was a time at this point it's probably over a year ago, when the Game of Thrones was really popular. So working in some of those Game of Thrones elements, because people, they watch the Game of Thrones show and they might be thinking like, oh wow, like Robb Stark is a wolf. Like they might have developed a thing for wolves now. So
Yeah.
at that time, dropping a wolf romance, it could be good.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're not familiar with what Joe is saying, so within paranormal romance, there's shifter romance. So kind of like the movie Twilight, how there was the guys and they were able to shift into, I guess, wolves too.
Yeah, not a bad movie actually. I've watched it.
Okay. So yeah, there's that type of subgenre in Kindle. It's very popular, and you definitely do see trends within paranormal and within shifters that have to do with, like, sometimes different shifters are popular, and I can't tell you why, and it could be for those reasons. Back in the day, the wolf ones were probably more popular, and then sometimes they come back. And it does have to do with pop culture, but what I would say is don't be the leader. Don't be the first one to try out, hey, I'm gonna do a crow shifter.
Yeah.
Because there was a show, and Edgar Allan Poe, whatever. You don't have to be the first, because there's always going to be money in what works. The market does not move that fast. So if you see someone doing crow shifter, and there is someone actually doing this, it's a very popular author, T.S. Joyce, and so she kind of has her own.
She moved to that. She was doing bear for the longest time.
Because I'll circle back.
All right.
To this, but yeah, so T.S. Joyce is one of the most popular authors on Kindle, and so whatever she puts out, people are going to swallow it up, and they're going to love it. You, on the other hand, you're probably not at that level, so you need to go with what already works, because you as a not so popular person, as long as you hit the market in the right spots, you get the theme right, you get the cover right, you get the description right, then you can have success. If you're not that established and you come in with at some weird angle, it may not work. I don't know how well crow shifters work for T.S. Joyce compared to some of her other books, but to circle back, T.S. Joyce has put out hundreds and hundreds of books. And so at this point, she just needs something to create content about. Because on Kindle, you need to be always creating consistent content for fiction.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was about to say what I was going to say was that, so like, if I go outside and I'm wearing something totally unique and totally different, the odds are I'm not going to increase the sales of whatever it is I'm wearing. Say I'm wearing like an over-the-shoulder purse or something, like for men. But then say like Jay-Z comes out and he starts rocking this. I guarantee you, like, there's going to be a bunch of people that start rocking like the over-the-shoulder purse or something. And so it's the same thing in real life. It's like you're not at the point, if you're watching this video and wondering how to select a Kindle publishing niche, you're not at the point where you're going to set the trend. So you need to follow the trend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. And so, to bring this all together in terms of the niches, the themes, following the trends, it also is kind of encapsulated by being able to create consistent content. Because like I said, readers are very voracious. So they're going to want a new book every month, maybe one book every 2 weeks. Some people do that. And so you can't just do billionaire, 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 because you're just going to run out of ideas.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important you try and work in themes that kind of make sense, or, maybe after you build a following, you can squeeze in something new, try new stuff. I try to do new stuff sometimes with my books. Like I'll combine certain themes that I see working in other markets, and I'll try and place them in and see if it makes our books do better. And most of the time it actually doesn't. So, and I've been doing this for years. And what I found is just following the market always works, but it's good to tweak things with on-point, relevant themes here and there. And that's about it.
Cool, guys. That's about it for this episode. BuildAssetsOnline.com/playbook for our free course. BuildAssetsOnline.com/membership if you want to work with us one-on-one. We promise that the Kindle course is coming soon.
It's coming.
We are talking about it. We're talking about the best way to do it. Everyone's asking for it.
Sign up to our free course. You'll get on our list, and you'll get notified.
Yeah.
But most likely, the way that we do it, it will be limited spots. So, please, scarcity, sign up and get ready.
Yeah, just make sure you're signing up to our email list so you get notified. BuildAssetsOnline.com/playbook. If you're on the list, don't worry about it, but we will send out an email when we're going to launch it. And yeah, like he said, most likely limited spots. So that's it for this one, guys. We will see you in the next episode.
Take it easy. I almost forgot.